Call him back in 5 minutes. He's checking a customer out right now.
Okay, will do. Thank you.
All right.
Bye. Hey guys. Ooh, we got a splashy boy. Happy Friday. Happy premiere day. It's Pokemon scam investigation time. You heard it right. Today we have someone who, according to way too many people, scammed in way too many ways. I've lost track. It's countless ways, countless stories. We're about to see some of those. But before that, for the love of God, guys, can you guys please just buy and sell on eBay? Like, the headaches that are involved with Facebook groups like this, it's just absolutely unreal. Whatnot, pretty much the same thing. It's like a Wild West light comparison. Even looking into this is a nightmare because people are scamming all over the place. The biggest smoking gun piece of evidence in this whole case is a scammer exposing another scammer. The amount of money and trust people put into these people, these G-ballers that are selling, whether it's through Facebook or whatnot, it's absolutely disgusting. It's like I don't get it. I can't wrap my head around it. I've never done it. All you hear is bad things. There's no good that comes out of it. People will be like, oh, the community. There are lots of things you can do other than razzle-dazz your little sister's underwear off. Like, you don't need to add games of chance to stuff that doesn't need games of chance. Just buy and sell. It'll be fine. Okay, guys. Back to our prime scammy suspect, Spencer Stroud, aka Zard Sanctuary. Unfortunately, Spencer does not want to talk to me. He hung up on me, and now he just won't answer, I guess. If you change your mind, Spencer, feel free to reply back on Instagram. We can set up a time. You can tell your side of the story if you'd like to explain anything that we cover here, or if there's anything else that you would like to add to the stories. By all means, just let me know. I mean, at the same time, can you really blame him for not talking to me? Surely he knows I'm going to bring up everything we're about to look at. Again, I'm going to squeeze in as much evidence as possible here, but no promises, as it seemingly goes on forever. So we got the typical G-baller, rip and ship / razzle dazzle mixwazzle. I suppose there aren't a few more wheels or something on there for those nice illegal gambling aspects that Facebook and whatnot to some degree. You gotta have a wheel. You gotta have games of chance. If it doesn't look like a casino, then you're not doing it right. We got, of course, maybe some of that money. I would say, if I had to guess where some of that money is going, the money that was obtained taking advantage of others. Maybe you can feel content in the fact that you added to this purple automobile right here, and it's like you sponsored his race team. Just think of it that way. So when he's Tokyo drifting, you can rest assured that your money went to a good spot. All right, so the Zard Sanctuary that you see on screen here, the Facebook group, I guess he put it on pause for 30 days. I don't know if this is just in hopes that like stuff blows over. Right now you can't search it, and the people within it, without giving certain permission, you can't post in there either. So I guess that's one way to stop the opinions or word spreading that you did some naughty things. Does it surprise anyone that Spencer was kicked off of Whatnot? It shouldn't. Yes, there's some very sketchy things that go on Whatnot. Some of it probably very hard to verify that someone's doing it, but you can be assured there's sketchy stuff on there. You gotta be a pretty bad G-baller, a naughty G-baller, in order to get kicked off of Whatnot, in my opinion. It's pretty. You gotta be blatantly scamming people. They're not just gonna kick you off for no reason. They want to make money off of you and everyone else. All right, so we've had accusations of him switching out cards. We're gonna look at an example of that, a direct example. Overcharging for grading fees. There was a podcast that was put on, and Avnish had mentioned this, I think, at one point. Definitely some shill bidding. I think this is the thing that people have to be most concerned about. Anytime you see anyone that's a bad actor, they're always talking about how many other accounts they have. In this case, whether they're other accounts or it's just somebody that they're talking to or that their wife is talking to that's bidding on the items for them in order to increase the price. Yes, this kind of thing can happen on eBay, but at the same time, when it's a live auction and you have to worry about this shill bidding aspect, not good. Absolutely not good. And I can only imagine how much of that goes undetected. If they're smart about it, you should never know. But at the same time, why put your hard-earned money into trusting these absolute sketchy balls? Some crap about rigged golden tickets, I guess they were going on about. Just anything, any game of chance that can be rigged is probably being rigged. You'll see here desperate attempts to make more money off of items. And if they're going to do it one way, if there's another way that they can take advantage of you where you have to trust them to be honest about it, you're probably getting the D from that direction as well. So we had examples where he was overstating condition. It seems like that's a common theme with him. He'll say that something is minty, bo binty, McMinty tinty, and then you get it and it looks like absolute garbage. Like it was folded into a paper airplane, stuck up his butt, and then stuck straight into a dirty penny sleeve. What else we got? Man, the list, it goes on forever. Missing cards from shipments. So he'll just oopsie doopsie, I forgot to send some of the cards, maybe hoping that people don't catch on. We got some great examples of that, reports of that. Stealing photos, whether this was intentional or not, to do sales. You can't just take somebody else's photos of graded cards or whatever, direct photo, and then post it on your stuff without. No, just don't do that. Whether you're selling it or not, just don't take pictures of other people's cards and post them like they're your own. We have examples of, I guess he was stealing customers from a card shop, enticing them to go elsewhere to play, which is pretty sketchy. Heard that from one of his initial partners. That's the thing too. These people on Whatnot, Facebook, whatever, they always have partners. They end up screwing each other over. They screw over the customers. Then shit hits the fan when they're screwing over each other too at some point. Oh man. And then also, I guess with his partners, he was blaming others for or the people that were his partners, blaming one or the other when talking to the opposite one about stealing co-owned cards, that they don't co-own cards. Whether it's fractional shares or whether you're G-ballers that are trying to co-own things together to sell on a stream or whatever you want to do, don't do it. Just for the love of God, don't do it. Buy what you can afford yourself. Don't worry about it. It never comes. It's never a good idea, especially in the realm of this Facebook razzle-dazzle life. You're gonna end up. Someone's gonna need money. They're gonna steal from you. It happens every time, all the time. Not everyone's bad on any of these platforms, but the sheer amount of bad that can go on and does go on this stuff it's not worth the headache. I'm gonna save you a lot of time and money, so you don't have to learn this lesson firsthand. Maybe if you've already learned the lesson, or you should have learned the lesson, now you can not have to learn it again in order to truly learn that it's a bad idea to partake in any of this stuff. All right, so rip some people off. What do we got? What else we got here? Mystery boxes that apparently never shipped. That's the thing too. Just like there's always that, like, it'll be like, oh yeah, I'm sending it out, and then the excuses come up. It's always the, oh, my family, or I'm sick, my family's sick, my dog died. It's always this. It's the same excuses over and over again. You see it, and it's just, that's the thing. If you're an actual business, you can't use that excuse. Here, where you're essentially a business, it should be considered a business. They just don't. There's no responsibility there. The type of person that is selling this crap on there, there's a very good chance that they're not responsible in their day-to-day life. Not enough to run a business. So now you're expecting them to run a business when they're selling you thousands of dollars worth of Pokemon cards. Just don't do it. Just absolutely don't do it. There's buyer production on eBay. Take advantage of that. Just in case something happens, they don't ship it, whatever, you're protected. You got to keep an eye on it. You got to be diligent about it. You got to know what you're looking for. You got to know what's fake. You got to know if something's altered. But there it is. At least you're taking this. There's no chance anyone should be trusting this person. Even if you don't read the record beforehand, why? The upside is not there. When he's going to shell everything up to the point that it's going to end up being the same price anyway, and you have no protection on it, or he doesn't send you the right stuff, or he tries to skimp on what he's sending you, just don't. Just absolutely don't. Somebody watching this, please save yourself some money. Don't buy from people like this. It's a bad idea. All right. What else? Weighed packs being sold as unweighed. Oh yeah, and then also an incident where apparently there was someone that was told to purchase certain packs because those were the heavy ones. They were letting on that they weren't weighed, but they were weighed. They were both light and heavy packs, and you know, someone would have a secret message to know which packs they should pick. Again, one of those scenarios with like light, unweighed, whatever you want to do, there's no reason that you should end up trusting. Like the packs, they should be coming straight out of the booster box. It's got to be from a very trustworthy source. There was a couple other examples too. I don't know if we're gonna have time to get into all of them. But yeah, there's been cases where he was selling stuff as shadowless or as no symbol, but it wasn't. So just claims galore, just absolutely claims galore. We have okay, here we got two statements here. We'll start off with these, and then we'll start looking into screenshots. We have one here from AJ Spears, who says he also had that jungle booster box that he opened and claimed the packs were no symbol hollow error packs, and started charging $400 to $600 a pack. I want a pack in a waffle. Jesus Christ. And recently opened it to a normal hollow. Great. So I don't know, there might be banking on the fact that you don't open the pack. Again, like, I don't know how people think that this, like, you just like do sketchy crap and it's not going to catch up on you. I don't know how this much stuff happened before people, like, maybe they realize now at this point in time. Who knows? Maybe he does his 30-day timeout and he comes back and people believe him again. We got Travis Cook, who says, I got a slab pull from Spencer and paid him to have it regraded. 2 weeks later, the slab shows up at my house, not regraded, no refund. Interesting. All right. Example number 1 here. We have a little bit of a mishap that ends up having to go to the admin council of sorts. Again, it's like, can you imagine having to do this for like all of your transactions? Like, how much time are you wasting with this crap? And then you might get burned in the end. So we have a little incident here where we needed need a refund so that they can resend in the form of friends and family payment, and it's, as you can expect, it's just a headache. We're not going to go through every detail on this one here. not that exciting. But nonetheless, it's still another incident where we got some babysitting going on. For somebody that owns or that runs a group that does this stuff, it's weird that you need so much babysitting from the Facebook council. He has a little temper tantrum when they call him out on the fact that he's saying that his connection is bad. He's having a really hard time to, I guess, make this happen. It should be just a very easy set of transactions. For some reason, all of Spencer's transactions also go through his wife, Savannah, which is certainly interesting. I don't know why you wouldn't have your own PayPal account. Surely you're a big enough boy to have one of those. Apparently not. So they gotta like walk him through how to do it. He's gonna pretend that he doesn't know. Clearly, you're selling and buying crap Pokemon cards on Facebook all the time, using PayPal, using all these other payment methods. Surely you can figure it out. It turns out he plays dumb quite a bit, wastes a lot of time of these individuals. My sympathies go out to them. I don't know why they would ever volunteer to do something like this. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. But yeah, what does he say? His Wi-Fi. He's like, make sure I'm serious about money, so make sure you refund the other payment. So he goes on about how he has zero service. No, there's no service, but he's got full Wi-Fi. So I don't know what his problem is. He gets very upset about the. So they figured it out. I guess they got it settled. This one, I guess, kind of gets resolved. Wi-Fi is shit here, dude. I'm not lying. Well, I'm done here. If I was any kind of liar, LYER, would his money be there, or would I have just scammed and blocked all of y'all? Keep that in mind before you call people out saying they're lying. Oh my goodness. I think there's a few like there's definitely some like lawsuit threats or stuff in there too. It's pretty funny. But this one, not so bad. It got resolved. Whatever. He's a headache. It should be another red flag added to the pile, but there's worse. All right. So next we have some conversations between Mac, aka Pokéstash, and Spencer. So you see here, we got a little bit of a disagreement here. We got Spencer, who's always saying everything is minty, everything under the sun is minty, and he's gonna send some not so minty stuff to Mac. Keep in mind, Mac is also pretty scammy. Yes, we had a double scam 69 right now. So Spencer is always letting on that he didn't mean to send cards that were damaged. That was an accident. Oopsie doopsie. I'm gonna make everything right. I wouldn't do that to you, bro. Audio calling so you could make it up to him. Regardless, again, just another example of scams. Apparently, I don't know, like if you're a scammer, you probably don't want to like piss off all of the other scammers that you're scamming with. So here we have a nice little DM of this is Savannah, Spencer's wife, that is DMing with our new boy Mac, aka Pokéstash. So they what they are sending back and forth. Mac has been instructed to bid on the items and get them up to a certain price, aka shill bidding. That is definitely a no-no. And that will get you banned from almost anywhere, even the sketchiest of sketchy locations where you can sell your sketchy goods. They don't like that. They absolutely don't like that. So essentially, Mac got screwed over by Spencer, from what I can tell. Again, it's Spencer. If you'd like to elaborate on that story at any point, you're free to do so. Please reach out. But from what I'm seeing, Spencer scammed Mac. Mac released the DMs, these DMs here, where he was in communications during a Spencer Live. Spencer sale of whatever you want to call it, rip, ship, dip, and flip event. These were what were going on. People were spending more money than they had to because there were fake bids. So what do we got here? $250 for it. I'll keep it if it doesn't go for that. So if you win, oh well, I got you, LOL. I need to sell for $250 to them. Max says, I don't want it, but got your back. Savannah says, I know what you mean. I need the bids up. Max says, I got you. Bid $220. Perfect. Appreciate you. I got you covered next purchase. Let him get it for $230. Never mind. Let him take it. $225 is good. So if you guys think this is not happening on Whatnot, if you think it's not happening in these Facebook groups, on these live auctions, you're sorely mistaken. It's definitely happening. Just usually the scammers don't fight with each other and release the DMs showing that it happened. If this DM wasn't released, who knows? Maybe our boy Spencer would still be on Whatnot. Maybe he'd still be doing these. Maybe the whole thing wouldn't have been shut down. Like, does it need something this deliberate and this obvious in order to prove? So here we got more. Savannah saying 200, 240, 250. We have Max saying, I'm gonna keep doing it, LOL. Savannah says, you still here? Max says, I got company, but I'll listen in. If we do the ETB, I need you to not let them have it for less than $250. Okay. If you win, I don't care, but I need $250 for it. I'll keep it if it doesn't go for that. So if you win, oh well, I got you, LOL. I need to sell for $250 too. So if this isn't a good enough reason for you guys to not ever purchase on a platform like this, from people like this, especially not the people that were involved in this, I don't know. There's not enough warning in the world that you can give to somebody where he was already on lists. He's already been red flagged up the butt. People always assume, they're like, oh, well, he's got a bunch of followers, so he's definitely not scamming anyone. So it will be there by 3 p.m. or money back. Awesome. I just sent back the $580 to Cash App too. I got it. Thanks a bunch. No problem. Thank you. You guys are the best. So I guess did we get paid $505.80 to shill? Bump 300 the bid. Okay, LOL. Wow, it worked great, Lamau. Yeah, really great. Ripping people off. Absolutely disgrace human beings. You all suck. Okay, so we have a little group chat forming here. We got Mac, of course. Of course, we got Mac in there. So Mac's got a hate on for our boy Spencer. Both of them dirty scammerinis, as we saw. If you're willing to do that, it's good that you came out and you exposed the two of them for what they were doing, Spencer and Savannah, for screwing people over. But you did play a role in it, and for that, I don't really trust any of you. My apologies. I mean, I don't trust most people on platforms like that, or anyone doing a razzle dazzle mix wazzle. But yeah, regardless, let's go through here. So they're setting up a group conversation with an admin for PTCI. Awesome. Angelique. As we see, Angelique has to deal with a lot of childish things, a lot of scammies, a lot of whammies. I feel for you, Angelique. I feel like you should, if you want to retain any sanity, you probably want to get out of whatever the crap you call this Pokemon card hell that is Facebook razzle dazzles. All right, everyone's at it. We're ready to hear the stories. So we got Joseph here, who says, so I was in a deal with Spencer Stroud, and I sent him the PayPal to send money, but I messed up on one letter. So I told him I'm going to send the cards till he can resolve it with PayPal. Then he can send it. He sent FF, friends and family. So he says there's nothing he can do. So I say, okay. So then I personally sent $20 to a wrong email for PayPal to see what happens in 2 weeks. It gave me option to get my money back, seeing how it wasn't accepted by party on either end. So I was able to refund myself. He is telling me he can't do it. It also happens with me and one other person. We're able to do the same refund. And dude, this is painfully hard to read. All right. We're going to struggle through the rest of this. Able to do the same, refund, and send again. By this time, he is giving me promises that my money will get to me, and boom, nothing. It's been over 31 days and still nothing but promises to send it, but never do. You need some punctuation in there, dude. I feel for you if you got scammed, but so I feel I got scammed. And also he is setting his Razzies up by upbidding. That wouldn't surprise me. So basically he sold me $300 worth of mint cards that were heavy played and damaged. That sounds like him. Then said for me to mail them back and he will replace them, that his wife sent the wrong cards, the same exact cards in the pics he sent me, LOL. I declined his offer, and I know all these other guys are being scammed the same way. Gil lost $1,200 and has been waiting for 4 months with empty promises. Well, it doesn't matter to me anymore. This is this is that was a Mac comment in the last one there. You can tell by the punctuation. They are the triple dots, but at least they're there. SI says, probably butchering your name, my apologies. Well, it doesn't matter to me anymore, but I bid on a lot of fossil and jungle Pokemon cards, and he didn't say that the cards were in bad condition. He said near mint. What was it? $165 I overpaid for a set of cards worth $50 in that condition. Alright, so we got Mac who says, yeah, he also rigs his auctions and razzes. He called me and told me he did it for me after he scammed me. Also, his wife would text people asking them to bid higher and higher. Yeah, you were definitely one of those. Joseph says, I found these, but this is his wife as he do live Raz. Oh yeah, those are I think those are the Mac ones that we looked at. Mac says, yeah, I also have all the screenshots needed. Joseph says, was sent to me through fake account. Man, I'm fed up with this guy. So then we have, okay guys, so what I see here is, well, a bunch of bullshit for lack of a better word. Give me a bit to feed my family dinner and get the rest of the staff roundup. Sweet. Thanks, boss lady. Also, Karen Deep Gil won't speak up, but he was scammed out of $1,200 $Rinos. They already deleted it. One guy said we have to make separate complaints now. No one cares. LOL. Well, someone will care eventually, I guess. Hopefully, someone cares enough to not end up putting themselves in the same situation. It's a learning lesson for someone out there. All right, so here we got some, I guess the comments section of an auction where Mac is saying he's got a screenshot, and then we got him explaining that it's his wife Savannah telling Mac to bid up the auctions, and then we get some yes men, some little helpers here that say ignore him. Out of here with that negativity. Is this one of those guys? Sure is. So, Banhammer coming soon. So we're just like jumping in, telling people that he's scamming. I mean, he is scamming, but you're listening. A scammer is telling you that the scammer is scamming you on these auctions, on these live auctions. So, I guess you probably should listen to him, I would imagine. But that's just how it works. Everyone wants to stick up for each other, I guess. We even up at the top there, we got PTCI, Inner Circle of Trust. Yeah, super trusty. Here we have a nice little instance of scammers, bending scammers over. We got, you're done with, don't mess with me, son, Lamau. Hope you don't want that 500, I guess that's supposed to be a $sign, back either. Lamau it begins. P-word. Pussy. So then we have another Mac pending post here. I'm calling out Spencer Stroud on his shady business deals. You were part of them, but I bought $300 of Pokemon cards off Spencer. He promised me they were mint and as you can see in the pictures, they were heavily played and damaged. In his own words, he said they were minty from his personal binder. He's also the admin of Zard Sanctuary Raspberry Cell. When I got the cards, I contacted the other two admins. They promised to make it right, even if they had to go out of their own pockets. Spencer ended up telling me to ship the cards back, that by the way his wife mistakenly sent me, but they were the exact same cards in the pictures, and then he would send minty cards to replace them after. I declined and sold them for 80% of what I paid. I mean, man, you got a good flip there if they were supposed to be minty and they were damaged, and you still get 80% back. Other people have been scammed by him, but are trying to get their cards or money replaced, as I already called it a loss, and I need people to know that he does bad business. Another person was taken for over $1,200. I have proof, but he needs to come forward. So, man, you see a lot of this crap where they just kind of turn on each other. They're ripping so many people off, I guess, customer-wise, that they can't help but rip each other off even if they're partners. Again, guys, just stay away from the whole scene. Just stay away from that scene. You don't need to be there. You can buy and sell cards without being part of that. All right, we are back. We're back to the council. We're back to the council, guys. Angelique is back to say, hello, Spencer. I'm sorry to inform you, but there is a pending PTCI complaint about you again. Go figure. Spencer says, so Mac bought cards from me, and he paid me to have them shipped to him the next day. So I sent him photos of the front and back of the card showing condition. So before the cards even arrived, Max sent me a message saying all the cards were damaged, and he sent me pictures of them, but all the cards he sent me pictures of weren't even the cards that I shipped him. So he got upset because I wasn't going to replace his personal cards. The ETB was already sold, and it was all recorded live on my couch with the buyer next to me, and the buyer is the one who won that auction, so I don't even know what he is talking about. I even paid him $600 cash that night for the contents that he pulled and cards he brought over it, and I have that on video. Was the ETB buyer Mac was next to me live the whole time. So you got somebody buying stuff that's next to you. Are you sure he bought it? So this doesn't line up with the story. If this is the same story, it doesn't line up with the story where he was like, oh, I didn't know that they were damaged. You must have got the wrong cards. But here he's saying that he didn't receive them yet. So the story changes, but that's probably bound to happen. Was next to me live the whole time. As for Ken, I don't know what his deal is, saying I scammed some guy out of $3,000 worth of booster packs. Like, I wish I had $3,000 in booster packs. We're going to take a look. We'll take a look at Ken later. Ken Lee. They reached out to me. So we're going to... Well, there's another little side story there. Again, we're going to see how much we can get through here before it becomes redundant and just a waste of time. Just moral of the story, stay away from him. Stay away from anyone that's razdazzing. Taylor says, question, why did you not upload the recording of your live auction? Spencer says, I'm there, all uploaded, even mail days. Taylor says, I can't find the old one or the one just now. And I need to see Mac's comments of harassment. Ooh, we're going to see Spencer squirm here, I think. Angelique gives a little period. I don't know if she's trying to get a response. Should be there. My phone died. And why I'm not live yet, I'm on my tablet. I always keep live video. So, like, constant excuses and, like, beating around, like, delaying. Like, just wasting time. Like, I gotta stop saying it, but I don't understand how people can waste this much of their day. Taylor says, when you upload this one, let me know. I need to record Max harassment as part of this. Photo proof, he tried to say my cards were damaged when they weren't. Also, he messaged me this. So yeah, he was trash talking you. So here's the messages, I guess. 5 Hitmonlee in there, 4 I'm keeping 1. I only sent you 2, sorry, 1 is Chan. How do you get 5 Hitmonlee when my photos showed and you typed X2 before I shipped? Message it when I get home. So, like, do you believe either of them? You shouldn't. But also at the same time, clearly, Mac got screwed over in some respect or some way that he decided to throw himself under the bus in order to take Spencer down once and for all. All right. He's even messaging my wife, calling her disgusting names, and it's so disrespectful, so I told her to block him and delete him, so she did. Oh, maybe. Like, this is so crazy, and yet I haven't done anything except give back to people and do what I can as a family man, and now he messaged my wife with his language and name calling? That is not right for anyone to do that. So this is always the deflection, the family deflection. Like, you've seen this time and time again. It's like, oh yeah, well, I do this for my kids. I do it for my family. This is family, guys. We're right. It's family. I wouldn't do anything wrong. It's family. Taylor says, I understand your frustration. We are gathering all info. Angelique says, okay, Spencer, right now, I really do not care about the cards and the he said, she said stuff. I do agree it's not right for him to message a wife. The more pressing issue is the shots of shill bidding. Yeah, that's a pretty big deal. You're ripping other people off. If you guys want to fight with each other, by all means, call each other's wives, tell them naughty words all day, every day. But when you're ripping people off together, that's a pretty big deal. There was no shill bidding when the buyer was next to me whatsoever. I told him there's no point to auction. He said, let's have fun. I said, whatever, dude. All of our lives are there. Taylor says, I do not see today's or past ones. Angelique says, so your wife did not tell Mac to upbid that stuff? Taylor says, tag me in the one you just did if it is there. Angelique says, not what the shots are showing us, man. Spencer says, I even handed him $600 cash that night with it on video, and I shook his hand and everything. Shauna says, that's not the point. We're concerned with the shill bidding. Let's show him what we are referring to clarify. We get the council. The council's coming for you, Spencer. Show him, Taylor Fletcher, the shots we got that are clear. I'm well known on here and for helping everyone and have over 100 refs that even on tonight's live vouch for me. I've had even 6 of them come to my personal house and pick up their stuff. So like it's not relevant. Like you can have 100 refs and vouches coming out your friggin' buttholes. It doesn't matter. It's the same thing with people like I have friggin' 69,000 Instagram likes on my photos. Okay. Does that mean that you're not going to rip anyone off? Probably not. Okay. Spencer, I'm well known on here and for helping everyone and have over 100 refs. Like I have no reason to do anything to anyone whatsoever. This is weird too, because like the shill bidding and stuff like that happened in the peak of Pokemon, like when you shouldn't even have to shill bid. Like everything was going up all the time by an amount that it shouldn't have been going up. But it's still, at the same time, you're still you're shill bidding at that point in time. So like when I first heard this, I figured, okay, well maybe it's because the market went to crap and now he's like, he can't sustain it, he needs to get some money back or something, so he's just gonna like scam people. No, he was scamming at peak scam. Like when you didn't even need to scam. It's like playing a video game, like Yoshi's Story for the N64. That was just like painfully easy. It was a cool game, awesome, but super easy. It'd be like using a Game Genie on Yoshi's Story for unlimited life or something. It doesn't make any sense. You're missing the entire point, my man. So then they show him the screenshots, the ones that we looked at with the shill bids here, with Savannah giving the directions on what to shill to what numbers. Sick, nasty. More of that. Let's get him. 225 is good. Sick. Bump it, bump it, bump it, bump it. Not only this, but your wife admitted to it live. So, spoiler alert, that live is not live anymore either. There's no VOD anymore. They got rid of that one too, because you wouldn't want to show that. Angelique says, okay, I will say this very clearly. Past transactions do not matter. Only this one, as each is its own. And this one with the claims of shill bidding will either make you or break you in the community's eyes. Bud, did you or did you not shill bid? As right now, it's not looking good at all. Spencer says, no ma'am. You may check all lives and videos to see. Everything is posted. Angelique says, if you have screenshots to prove otherwise, please share them with us. As of right now, these shots and your wife's live confession was seen and heard by many. Spencer says, there's no reason to lie or hide anything at all. Taylor says, then please explain the conversation where your wife asks to bid up. Angelique says, then explain them shots of the lady telling someone to bid X amount and then telling him that amount was okay to sell at and to let the other have it. Spencer says, all that does is start a downhill slope, and I do this with my kiddos, and I do nothing but set good examples and let them have fun. Even go live and open stuff while we in the car at Walmart. Dude, like, I don't understand how you can be such a shit human being that you can just, like, how do you think that like that's not a free pass? That has nothing to do with it. It has nothing to do with how much of a shit human being you are, whether you open packs with your kids in the car at Walmart. You shouldn't be buying packs at Walmart. Smarten up. Buy them from psapikachu.com. Not the topic. Show the proof that what your wife asked him to do was not shill bidding. So, like, anything, man. You see it constantly with the, like, scammers and everything else. They'll try to, like, be like, I'm doing it for my family. I love my family. I would never scam. I have a family. I gotta collect myself here. The bidding thing, he was next to me personally on the couch. He was right next to me. There was no shy bidding or up bidding or bid things. Bid things. He bought the box and I paid him $600 for the cards he pulled. He didn't spend any money or give me any money. I gave it to him. Taylor says, the winner of the auction that was upbid. Where is the auction video and where is the winner? You have to show the proof to defend yourself, because at this point, with the information given, you guys did in fact shill bid unless proved otherwise. I'm surprised he hasn't used the Photoshop excuse yet. And where is the upload of today's auction from 10 minutes ago? As of right now, this is looking pretty cut and dry, man. I would say so. So here we showing the Mac smack talk, the smack talk. My phone died before I opened my box. It stays in your pending unless you click it for it to not be uploaded. Badass. Let me check. I hope it's there. Where would it be? So here again, we got the, like, pretending to not know how to use the platform that you've been using constantly. Not really buying it. Once it's been deleted, it won't. So here we got him, like, scrolling through, trying to pretend that he can find it. Taylor says, once it's been deleted, it won't be there. Try clicking the live button, I guess, but it has already been deleted from what is shown anyway. Oh, it's getting late here. Ugh. Where do I click? Again, playing dumb. You should have a notification in your notification tab stating your live video is ready to watch. If not, you deleted it. Angelique says, who won the item that the show bid claims are being called on, since we cannot see that video? Then we have this exactly. If it wasn't physically deleted by you, it will be in your notifications. Spencer says, who win the box in question of show bidding? Who won the box? Who won it, Spencer? Was it no one? Alright. we have the insert here. We got another clip here. Spencer says, the box was already purchased with trade for $600 and Mac knew already. Angelique says, but it still went up for bid. It was a Hidden Fates Elite Trainer box. Taylor says, that's not what the shots show, so please show otherwise. Again, they're giving him way too much credit, way too many chances, when clearly he's not going to actually give them any answers or anything that's going to prove his innocence. Like, at this point, he's just wasting their time. He's wasting his own time. That's not what the shot shows, so please show otherwise. Okay, I think we are done here. Thank God. There are shots that show clear shill bidding and a live confession that was heard by more than 10 peeps plus PTCI staff. So unless we got something to help defend this, we got no choice but to allow that post. Spencer, please provide the proof backing your story. If not, this is an opened and closed case. Then we get, there's okay, giving him enough chances here. He's wasting your time. You were listed as anyone would, so now is your time. Deleting a live video to hide the evidence only made it worse. Spencer, last chance to reply, man. Alright, so we got more screenshots of the shill bidding. Clearly 100% shill bidding, start to finish. Even got the prayer hands. Guys, prayer hands are a red flag. Stay away from anyone that prayer hands you. Except maybe PK, unless he's trying to trick you with a reseal. At least his are mostly harmless. All right, what do we have here? Another example, -100 for Spencer Stroud. Just watched the recorded video for our conversation. Long story short, we did a trade that summed up around $3,000 to $4,000. Trade was for his 3 heavy shadowless packs for half of my Pokemon collection, and he ended up taking all of my stuff, and he left me with a base set unlimited and called it shadowless. Need to clean this thief up and get him out of our community. So that's where you gotta with a lot of that stuff. I don't know how this stuff got so damn blurry, but we're not gonna even, if anyone wants to focus in on that, you can. My apologies for your eyeballs that are going to hurt afterwards. What else we got here? We got the final decision. Todd says the following is the final decision of the PTCI staff after deliberating it over the past 24 hours. Spencer and Savannah Stroud will be permanently listed as scammers for actively shill bidding Spencer's auction. There will be no appealing the decision or chance at having the status removed. In addition, their group will be permanently blacklisted. That is to say, no staff beyond Spencer and Savannah will be listed. However, PTCI advises anyone in the group to consider if staying in the group is safe as a result of this incident. As to Mac Finelli, he will be permanently listed as a scammer for this part in the show bidding, as we approve. Yeah, so also a scammer. Shipping as we approve in the form of screenshots and a confession to his part. In addition, we have screenshots going back a few years showing Mac has had issues in the past. Removal is advised at this time. Maybe Mac can have his own video separately. I don't know if I want to cover any more of this after tonight, but I think it's still important that people see this. This is the kind of, if you think this is a headache, this is what you're in for when you're dealing with this crap. Removal is advised at this time, but ultimately the decision will lie with admins on the local level. All relevant information is shown in the album below. Sick. Nasty. It's that time again. It's council time. It's council time again. We have Angelique once again saying, Spencer, since I am being disturbed at an unreasonable hour of the night on your behalf, you can respond here as I'm awake now. This will be the only time I entertain this offer. Spencer says, hey, I couldn't find the chat in my messenger. Dude, the technology problems are real. Every time, all the time. Spencer says, another person saying I scammed when all I did was post someone's Instagram for the blister he wanted, and he bought one pack for me and paid me after he already took my pack and proof. There says me and him were okay. even drove to his house for over 2 hours, and he said he could pay me so I didn't have to waste gas driving back to him, so he sent me Cash App payment. He didn't post any of those photos where it all worked out between us, and sorry, but I don't even own $4,000 in product, so I do wish I knew where I supposed stole $4,000 in product from him, and also Mac messaged me saying he scammed me out of $500. But I'm the scammer, ? Showbidding is scamming. Mac was listed as well for his involvement. We asked you for proof. It was not showbidding. We dedicated hours of our time to try to help you. You did not reply. You did not provide proof. You stopped trying to help us help you. The community sees it how it is in black and white, and the live admittance of asking for him to show bid. I understand you are busy. Well, so are all the rest of us, but yet we tried to help. You ghosted us and stopped responding. Then we have here, I will say this once at Spencer, and I don't want any PMs about it later from you, Savannah, or anyone associated with you. If you do, you or that person get blocked. Savannah got Mac to showbid for you, and we have the screenshots. Mac admitted to showbidding for you in his own words. All three of you are listed for the showbidding permanently and won't be reversed or undone. In addition, your group has been blacklisted and people have been made aware of it all through the album. Your team won't be punished, but people have been advised to read it and choose to stay or leave once they have done so. And do not make vague legal threats saying that you are going to sue us individually, Pokemon PTCI, or anyone else for that matter, as you won't follow through with it. The second case has been added to the album as well for the record. But the listing on the three of you will not be undone for any reason at any point, so what you do from here is up to you, and the listing on you is considered global as well. So if you jump to other hobbies and are noticed, admins there will be advised of your scammer status. Alright, story time from the business partners of Spencer. We have James, who it's a pretty quick little spiel here. We'll go through that, and then we'll go through one more of these Pokemon Trade Complaints International. Lots on there about Spencer. Crazy that people were still buying from him after some of these complaints, but hopefully not anymore. I don't know what to tell you. There's no way you should trust him. Alright, we have James, who says, so back when the pandemic started, I was deciding to start doing Pokemon on the side because I had my old distro account active still from my shop I closed. I end up networking with Spencer. Very unfortunate, probably. Once again, after 6 years, we started talking on Meetup when he said he knew a rich Asian guy who fronted him all the stuff to buy, referring to Kenley. So we've seen him mentioned, I think, a couple times within the screenshots, etc., in the groups here. So we set up a time for me to meet his rich Asian friend and him so we can do our first stream. When we all meet up, I met Kenley for the first time. It was pretty easy connection right away. As we did our first stream, Kenley brought like $600 worth of EXGXVs all over to do a giveaway and auctions with. I had some stuff, and so did Spencer. We raised around $2,000 to $3,000, I believe. This is when things started getting funky. So I asked his wife's PayPal or something, because I had talked to Kenley prior to this. So James says Spencer would never give us the PayPal to see what was in it. And when we asked, he said he had to pay like $500 or something for shipping for everything, then bought stuff, etc., etc. So we had like $700 in the account left, and we had no traces. Correct. We had zero access to see it. So I asked, and missing stuff blamed on you and or Kenley. So Kenley had mentioned to me that essentially there was some stuff that went missing. Spencer's stuff that Spencer had possession of, I would assume, and so they got the blame. When he was talking to James, Kenley was doing the bad stuff. He kind of like it seemed like they got the impression that he was trying to get them to not talk to each other anymore, and then he could blame the opposite person depending on who he was talking to. All right. So James says, yep. First he blamed Kenley for missing a pack of base set. Purchased like 6 or 7, can't remember. He then kept telling me, I swear I wouldn't lie to you. Why would you do this to you or him? I think he's taking the packs, so on and so on. Afterwards, he was telling Kenley that I'm no good and should cut ties. Kenley and I both talked and found out he was being really shady AF. After that, Spencer found a collection. I had to send like 500 something to finish a transaction. I asked him why I had to front money when he had those funds that he said that were basically nothing. So I asked for proof, and guess what? Got a 0. Sorry, it wasn't 500, it was 345. Had to correct on it. But afterwards, we were supposed to sell all the cards and I get my portion back. So I waited. During this time, we were talking on building a Facebook group, which was Zard Sanctuary. Was going great until the show bidding started happening. Then when I went for a live, he started lying on conditions of the cards that I called him out in camera about. I was next to him, by the way, when he was trying to help people on live auction. All right. So one more story here, and then we're calling it. Like it just goes forever. It's ridiculous that the people are still were apparently up until recently making purchases from this individual. I don't, man. Be careful with your money, people. Be careful with your money. We have Michael Downs who says -1 Spencer Stroud. It's a long story. Please read our conversation, watch the videos, and read the post before making any conclusions. Please be open-minded when reading this. Look at it from both sides of the conversation. There's no doubt in my mind that Spencer Stroud is a scammer who swaps so kind of the opposite of what you were saying prior to that. Swaps cards in his pages from past game and his auctions. Everyone has their opinions about him with his price gouging, and feel free to air it out in your own post, as I agree with you, but never really bought his sealed product to be able to speak on that. I went on a 6-week long $4,000 spending spree with Spencer and his team on Zard Sanctuary and figured out and got proof only from a card he auctioned off to me. He offered pages from the past with all Watsy. I was hooked at the possibility of getting mint, near mint, big hitter, $150 to $400 cards out of his game, with him advertising all cards are mint to near mint, plus you get commons and I guess that's uncommons. I began playing the game to grow my collection and show support in the Poke community. No, that's not how you show support in the Pokemon community. It's not what you do. What happened next was unexpected. I purchased 70 plus pages over the course of 6 weeks, getting all super nice cards from his lives, cards that he said I should get graded. He would scream at Savannah, saying, "Why is this card in here?" He would change his tone to that of scorning her, saying, "You need to chill out on the cards you're putting in here." I must agree on the live. The cards I was hitting were super minty and crispy looking. I was amazed how nice the cards were. Sure. Alright, we missed it. Sure, $50 a lot for a page, but worth it for the possibility of a big hitter. But if you don't hit, at least you got a super mint holo. For me, that wasn't the case every time. Spencer only shipped out to me in the 6 weeks of me participating in his games twice. Once I received the cards, I was so excited. As I went through them and separated and organized them all, I began to notice that some of the cards' conditions were terrible, like hollow scratches, whitening surface, corners, and edges damaged on quite a few of the cards from his pages from the past. I had my suspicions, but when I went back to prove it, the videos were gone. Ooh, that's an ongoing thing, isn't it, Spencer? Again, get rid of those videos, that video evidence. Couldn't locate them anywhere, and that's also why I criticize Whatnot for not making all the videos from everything public for at least some period of time. If you're going to save them anyway, you can't use storage as an excuse. All the videos should be public, just in case anyone's doing anything fishy. People can go back and check it. If they see anything or suspect anything, they can verify. You're not going to do it. You're not going to pay people to do it, at least not properly, at least not to the extent. It's free labor. You have like people, internet detectives that can go take a look at previous video footage to find out if anything sketchy is going on. You let them do that. So that's free. It's free security for you guys. So to make an accusation without proof was not an option, and to make an accusation against a guy like Spencer without proof is a death sentence with the following he has. Well, we'll find out about that. Still though, I couldn't prove anything, and the thrill of the chase kept me playing. Now some of the cards were nice and crispy mint, I give him that for sure, but the ones he got all excited about in his live, you need to get these graded, he screamed, were not the cards I received. To me, the curious part I figured out was this is his bait and switch tactic to help me not notice I didn't receive the exact mint cards that were pulled in his pages from the past. Game. Alright. This is a long one. We're going to read through it. The proof is in the pudding, people. This feedback post would not be possible or valid without cold hard proof. Where I couldn't get proof from disappearing live videos from his pages from the past, I got lucky and won an auction for a hollow dark Charizard. So if you ever think anything's going to disappear, or you know it's going to disappear, record it, take a screenshot. Rocket Sneak Attack and non-hollow Dark Blastoise. It was the day before my birthday, and Spencer did a pop-up live auction because no one was going live in his group that night. I hopped on, and first thing I saw was the auction for the cards I listed above. I won them for $125. You were probably bidding against somebody that wasn't actually going to pay for them. The Charizard, he said, was pulled pack fresh from one of his lives and not a flaw on it. I was elated to have won such a beautiful card for a steal of a deal. What followed next proved all my suspicions of what Spencer, I can't even speak anymore, was doing and swapping cards. I received my second pack from the pages from the past, which included that week and the week prior's cards that I had won, but my Dark Charizard and company were not there. I messaged Spencer about it, and he let me know he had my cards and would send them in the next week's shipment. With the Evolving Skies tourney, I decided to join. Well, after every excuse in the world from him, I got them in the closet till I lost them. I got them for you. He sent me a video of the card, and I was happy as could be. Even though it wasn't the exact card, it was still minty as hell. Dark Charizard looked flawless. No whitening, no damage to see in the video he sent. He had still took another 3 weeks to get the package. In that 3 weeks, he decided to throw in a hollow Dark Blastoise instead of the regular non-hollow. He said it was a $180 card for messing up. It's not, Spencer. It's a $100 card, bro. Anyway, 8 weeks almost after the auction, I finally received my cards, and the Dark Charizard is not the card he said he was sending me. So here's the proof that he switched cards on me, and I firmly believe he switched several cards from his pages from the past game. He offered solutions to fix the Charizard, but I declined all of them, as it is my right to refuse. He even sent me money to my PayPal, and I sent it back. I don't want $130 back for him switching cards. I want my story out there for people to avoid falling for his scam. So I've looked through all these. We're not going to go through and read all of them, but he gives this guy a workaround. Just like constantly different excuses and pushing it off, and then why it's different, and then trying to make it better and saying like, oh bro, I got you. Don't worry, it's in my closet. It's not in my closet. I don't know where it went. And then like breaks the news to him that he doesn't have them anymore apparently. But then like, I don't know, it's just the same crap all the time that you see on this crap. The same excuses that these scammeronis give you. Don't buy from them. Don't buy from them. That's it. That's all I got for you guys. But just if you can still find a community. You can join my Discord. There's no scams allowed, and there's no scams possible because you're not allowed to do this. There's no razzle dazzling. You don't need to razzle dazzle. You can talk Pokemon with people. You can hang out. You can open some packs if you want. You can open your own packs with other people. It's even better than having someone do it for you. On the happy hour if you want, every Saturday. I don't know. I don't know, guys. And then you can buy stuff that you actually want. You can make sure it's in good condition. You can make sure it arrives. There's a whole lot of stuff that you don't have to worry about. Try it out sometime. All right, thanks for tuning in. See you next time. Bye.
Happy hour doesn't always have to last an hour. Join the Discord